Hey guys, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm talking about all of my favorite author-tubers. Whether that is traditionally published or self-published, we're going to talk about them because I think they're all amazing. If you are new here, hello, my name is Monroe. I'm also a self-published author with 3 books that will be down in the description. The first one is a young adult fantasy regarding banshees, supernatural, pretty much with a little bit of romance. If you're interested in adventure and supernatural creatures and a coming-of-age story, go ahead and check out Did They Scream down in the description. If you are interested in new adult romantasy, kind of with the baseline of The Hangover and hot demon and badass female characters, you'll be interested in A Demon's Heart and The Blood Throne. That is a duology, also down in my description. I hope you guys go check them out. I'm currently working on my 4th and 5th book. 4th book is called Project Crimson right now. To you guys, I have a name for it. You guys don't know it yet. That is a new adult gothic romantasy revolving around vampires, so I'm currently still working on that. If you're interested in watching that progress and process, I have some videos retaining that project. And the other project I'm currently working on is a new adult contemporary romance for the first time ever, which will be going up under a pen name, but I'm barely 10,000 words into it right now. So if you are interested in contemporary romances with strong family bonds and cute little flirting and growth in a person, stick around to watch me write it and eventually publish it under a different pen name, because it doesn't go with my other books. But yeah, anyway, welcome to my channel. If you're not new here, thanks for coming back. Love that you're here. Stick around. We're gonna talk about my favorite author. We're gonna start strong. We're gonna start really strong. I have followed this person. I have been subscribed to this person since I believe 2013. I've been subscribed to this person. She was not always an author tuber. She was one of the OG booktubers that eventually turned into an author tuber, and that is no other than Christine Riccio, aka Pullin' Bananas Books. That girl, and that group in general, but that girl inspired me to do exactly what I'm here doing right now. Talking about books, talking about writing, and pretty much the idea of fantasy. Christine was my start. She was my start. I didn't know booktube was a thing before her. So I owe a lot to that woman, and she's by far one of my favorite author tubers. She probably is my favorite published author tuber because she, like I said, she was originally making books or videos about books and like talking about books, and like she has a podcast now called These Forking Fangirls with Tashapolis, aka Tasha. I do love Tasha. I just haven't watched her in a while. You should still go check her out. She's great. She's amazing. I still follow her on like Instagram and everything. But we're here to talk about Christine. Christine is amazing, you guys. I have all of her books. I have Better Together, Again But Better, and Attached at the Hip. I'm looking at it right now. I haven't read Attached at the Hip yet, but I'm getting around to it. I actually sent my sister Better Together because I feel like reading that book, I had these moments where I was like, it just made me think about like my relationship with my sister and like our ups and downs and like bonding, and I had her read it. She's like, do you want it back? I go, no, Reagan, I sent you a specific copy. I have my own special edition Barnes & Noble copy that you can't have, so I sent you a different one. But anyway, Christine Riccio is still amazing. I love her to death, and I will follow her up until she doesn't post anymore. And I should say that like I don't have favorites. I mean, they're all my favorites, but I think Christine Riccio would be my number one solely based off the fact that I have been following her since 2013, and I have been there since the beginning, and I will be there until the end. So yeah, Christine Riccio is my number one for sure. My next one going into this is I have followed her since high school, and I'm currently 23, so it has been 5 years since I followed her. Next one up, Katie Wismer. I have read her, I don't remember which books I've read. I've read the Marionette series, only the first 2 books. I have the 3rd book, I still need to get into it. And I think I read her poetry series. I think that's what I read first when I was a freshman in college. At that point, she did not have like her fantasy series that she has out now. I think she had out like the Anti-Virginity Pact and then her poetry series. I think at that point she was working on the anti-relationship year. I'm not quite sure on that timeline, but I have been watching her for quite some time, and I continue to watch her religiously. I follow her on Patreon. Patreon. I follow her on YouTube. Her notifications are turned on. They've always been turned on. Something about her like just gives me so much inspiration and like hope behind being a self-published author. Like I feel like I've watched her come from like working like 3 jobs on top of like school and college and like being able to do all that while writing, and then growing into this full-time author tuber that's so much money on all of her books, because I think she has 12 or 13. I think her 13th one is coming out like this next upcoming month. But she is such an inspiration to me. She was probably, I think she was like one of the ones where I was like, oh my god, I can self-publish and like possibly be successful from this. And like, I don't know, I just love her like as a person. She's such like a loving but also like no bullshit type of person. I love it. And I think she creates this like really healthy lifestyle for her viewers. I should try it. Actually, I did get a walking pad and I don't remember like what it was, like a stepping thing at home because of her and her vlogs. And like I do like the walking pad, I just rarely use it. Live in an apartment, I'm scared my neighbors will be loud or mad that it's loud. But Katie Wismer is literally such an inspiration, and I just like strive to be where she's at. I don't remember like how old she is. Like I think when I first started watching her, she was like around my age now, and it's been like 5 years. So it's like, it just shows to me that like I have a ways to go, but like it's still possible. I need to keep believing in myself, and like just watching her vlogs all the time and Patreon videos, it just gives me like so much hope. So I love Katie Wismer so much and like what she does for the writing and self-published community. She's like such a great author. This next one I have been following for a while. Not a while. I think I like started hard following her like the last like year and a half. I think I saw some of her videos like previously like a couple years ago. But I think I was just like at a stage in my life where I wasn't hard watching writing videos. Besides, I think the only writing videos I was watching was Katie Wismer. But my next one that I absolutely love and adore is Sarah Sutton. I actually am subscribed to her on Patreon. I come to her live word sprints, and like I watch her brunch hours, and like her notifications are on. Sarah Sutton is too good for this world. I feel like that girl is so positive and she works so hard, and like I love how she talks about like mental health and how like everyone can come through it, and like with her writing, like she's such an inspired person. But I love how she talks about like even though she struggles, she still like sits down and like can find the time to write what she wants to write. And I think that's so inspiring, because I feel like when I was like going through some really bad like mental health issues, I would not sit down and write. I would not write for months. So like Sarah Sutton is just such like an inspiration. She also like writes in like a category that I never thought about writing in until like I started watching her videos. I started watching all of like K-dramas and like romance movies, TV shows. Sarah Sutton is like a heavy contemporary romance author, and I think she's doing amazing. I think she's on like her 11th or 12th book as well. All contemporary romances. I think most of them are like young adult, so I think her newer ones were like new adult. I still have yet to like read her books. I feel like I love Sarah more for her like content. She is so under like appreciated on YouTube. She puts so much effort into like her videos and uploading and Patreon. That girl deserves so many more subscribers than she has, and I will like stand by that. Like she works so hard, and like I feel like her subscriber count does not justify like what she does for her channel and like her books. I do eventually want to like read her books. I think I just struggle with like the mentality of I don't really read young adult anymore. But like I said, she just came out with like a new adult series, so I really want to check out her new adult books. So that's something I like plan on doing. But yeah, no, Sarah Sutton is just like a breath of fresh air for this world. She's so sweet. She's so kind. She's so passionate. She's a great person to watch, and if you ever like want to watch someone that's passionate about what they're doing, you should go watch Sarah Sutton. Hands down, she's one of the best. This next person is the fact that she's already on my favorites list because I only subscribed to her like a month ago, is Brielle Wrights. This girl, I like saw her on like my recommended page for like months, but I was like, no, like I love like Sarah Sutton and Katie Wismer, like I don't want to watch other people. I was wrong. I will say I was wrong. Brielle Wright, such an inspiration, and I think it's because she like doesn't have anything published yet that like she's making me strive for like wanting to be better. All of her videos are so beautiful, thought out. I love that she like explains things like with her like thought processes. Videos are really planned out. It sounds like she knows what she's doing. Like I said, I don't know if she knows what she's doing yet because like she hasn't published anything, but I feel like when she does, I think she's like on her second or third draft of like her first book. I feel like it's gonna be good. I feel like it's gonna be good. She talks, like she has all these videos where she talks about like critiquing and strategies and like writing in general, and it sounds amazing. She sounds like she knows what she's doing, and I find so much inspiration in her as well because like she is starting this journey like later in life, and I feel like I started this journey so early on in my life, like 14, 15, like here on YouTube writing. And then I like between like the ages of like 20 and 22, I like pretty much like stopped doing it because I like didn't feel confident in myself and like my abilities. And like I struggle with mental health so bad that like I just was at like a standstill. But I feel like after like watching all these people, and especially Brielle, it's like making me realize that I can start over again. I can come back and I'm happy with like my content, my writing, my books. Like I don't know, Brielle is just such like an inspiration to me. I think it's also because she's like one of the newer ones that I've seen. She's like a breath of fresh air. I don't know, I said that about Sarah Sutton, but I feel like that's because like her personality is so like nice and fresh air. I feel like Brielle brings this like seriousness with also like a little bit of goofiness to the writing world, and I'm all here for it. So Brielle Writes, I think that was my third one, right? My fourth. Brielle Writes is my fourth, one of my favorite authortubers. This one is one that I've been watching for a while, and she is now being traditionally published, which I think is so great for her. I was watching these videos for like months. Like I can tell that she works very hard. The next authortuber is Lindy Jung. She was actually in one of my past writing vlogs, like one of her writing sprints. I have been watching her videos for I'd say like half a year now. Like when she like didn't have a lot of subscribers, I was like watching her videos. I think her determination is so inspiring, and the fact that she works so hard for like her degree and she's like moving all across the world to all places and still like having the creativity to write is beyond inspiring to me. I'm like, if this girl can move across the world twice in 1 year and like write like 50,000 words in a month, then Monroe, you can get up and you can write 1,000 words in a week. Like, I don't know, something about Lynn and like her projects. First off, her projects sound right up my alley. Right up my alley. I know I just took down like all of my gothic art. I have my like bookish art up now. It's like Akatar, Throne of Glass, Crescent City, and Fourth Wing, if you don't know. I know I just took down like my gothic prints, but it's still in me. The gothic genre, still my favorite. I still find so much beauty in it, and Lynn is coming out with some a gothic book. I don't remember exactly what her book is called. She called it Project Moths, and I think Moths is in the title. I don't quite remember right now because it was just like recently released, like the title was. But she's just such an inspiration. That girl is always busy, and yet she's finding time to sit down and write. It's amazing. Okay, so I have an honorary mention because this girl has been gone on YouTube for years, but she came back, and she came back so strong. And guess what? I was still subscribed to her even though she hadn't posted for I think it was like 3 to 4 years. Guess what? Catty-tastic, she's back. She's back and uploading. She's back with books. I loved her. Pretty much I loved the entire gang of like the 2012, 13 booktube community. They ran that community. Christine, Tasha, Jessie, Kat. Editing Monroe stock count in here really fast. Their group was called Booksplosion, and I completely forgot about it until this moment when I'm like editing. It's called Booksplosion, and their YouTube videos are still there, and I highly recommend you go watch them. So yeah, they ran booktube back then, and I think they could still run booktube again if they all got back together. I know they still talk, and this is off topic. I know they still talk, but I just want like a reunion video so bad. But now it can happen because Catty-tastic is back on YouTube, and that's so exciting. I used to follow her for her like book content, and then eventually I got into like her writing content, and I feel like she really started to thrive a little bit there. And then she like went off of YouTube like after COVID happened, which I like totally understand. Like a lot of people's like mental health like really crashed after that. I thrived a little bit for like the first year because I low-key love not having to go to school in high school. It was great. But besides that, yeah, I totally understand why like she broke it off for a while. I feel like she struggled with being able to feel creative after and during the pandemic, which is like totally understandable. But she's back. And actually, I used her 3-act structure for my 4th book that I'm writing, my Project Crimson. So I used her and like her plan to like kind of plan that out, outline it, and then like, because I feel like sometimes my writing like just goes everywhere and I just needed more structure for that book, and I used her and her video for it. But I'm really glad Catty-tastic is back. She looks great. I'm so glad she's back to like uploading, and she's uploading often. So if you ever watch this, which you probably won't, but if you ever watch this, welcome back, Catty-tastic. I'm so excited that you're back on YouTube. I've been waiting years for your return. You were such a delight to watch, and you still are. Obviously, you're probably not gonna watch this video, but I think a lot of people can agree with that. Alrighty, guys. That was my list of favorite AuthorTubers. Comment down below who your favorite AuthorTuber is. I wouldn't mind some recommendations for some other people, especially since I'm going back onto my writing journey. When I am doing like hard writing, I do like to watch similar content to like what I'm making and like what I'm writing. So yeah, comment down below your guys' favorite author. Before you go, if you do not know, I do have a Patreon down below. I am currently writing exclusive short stories on my Patreon. I'm not telling you what they're going to be about, but they are exclusive to Patreon. And if you don't want to be subscribed to Patreon and are still interested in some short stories, I'm actually selling each individual short story individually if you would like, instead of like the subscription method. So go ahead and go check those out. I would really appreciate it. And then you are also getting early access to YouTube videos. I'll be posting it like a day or two before it gets released on YouTube. So if you are interested in having early access, please go check it out. I would really appreciate it, and I really hope I see some of you there. Please like this video to let me know that you are liking my videos so I can keep producing some, keep being here, keep being motivated to do these. I've gotten back into my love of posting on YouTube. So please like this video to let me know that you are enjoying it. And also please subscribe to my channel to see more bookish videos, writing videos, and some vlogging videos. I'm trying very hard to come back. So please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye!